All right then, time for our final act for the Songwriters Circle this evening, and these guys have been long friends of MPR, Manawatū People's Radio. Used to make a show called The Lockdown Show, which rumour has, urban myth has it, that may be returning to the airwaves and to your podcast site of choice, so watch the space for that. They are nurturers of the local music scene, particularly our youth. They do loads of workshops, they give and give and give to the community. They also happen to be incredibly talented. Please give a warm welcome to Icepro and Styles Lockdown 06.
Cheers.
Well, we can't say much after that intro.
You said everything we were going to say. No. Tēnā koutou whānau, ko Taipari Waaka tōku ingoa, ko tainu i te waka, ko taupiri te manga, ko waikato te awa, ko Ngāti Manga te hapu, ko manga tautari te marae, ko ai anō, ko Taipari Waaka, ahau. My name is Taipari. I'm originally from Fairfield, Hamilton, over there on the east side, but obviously spent majority of my life here in the Manawatū.
Kia ora whānau. I'm Chris Pohe. I'm from Hawke's Bay, born and bred Napier. Started my musician career, whatever that looked like, 30-something years ago. So yeah, it's
grab
been
a calculator and just add that up if you like.
Please do, grab a calculator. So yeah, what you take?
And so with me, my musical journey started according to my mum when I was about 3 or 4.
Oh no,
I was a tutu. Obviously, you know, Māori kid tutu.
Yes.
Get my hands on any instrument or anything within the vicinity and kind of bang around on it. Apparently, Sweet Child of Mine was my jam when I was a little fella. So Mum said I was trying to figure it out on my little 3-string guitar. And as time progressed, you know, I realised that, hey, I've got this little, I can hear tunes in my head and not many people within my area at the time can do that. What do I do with this thing? And so, you know, through primary school, my teachers kind of recognised that little skill that I had, and they would chuck me into kapaka groups and, oh, you play the guitar. I was too shy to strum, so I'd just kind of get the teacher to strum, and then eventually I kind of found my confidence in that. Got pushed into jazz bands and pushed into all these different places, and then after a while, you know, it wasn't really pushing anymore. It was, oh, where's the choir? Oh, where's the jazz band? And so that's where my journey started. Guitar, first and foremost, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Satriani, they were my early influences. And so contrary to a lot of the industry's beliefs, and Ty being the MC and an MC only, he is a really good musician, and I say that, you know, with all confidence. So I guess it's well-rounded stuff with us as musicians, and we like to call ourselves musicians. So my musicianship started 30 years ago in a church band. My mum and dad, they were pastors of a church. So yeah, that's where it started on the drums, and then actually I moved into country music with a guy named Jim Toner. So he was a big sort of man in the country scene back in Hawke's Bay. So that would have been sort of the late 80s, early 90s. So, you know, we talk about music being a community thing.
Yeah, but music being sort of a worldwide thing, you know, so
universal.
A universal language. We talk about a universal language in regards to music, but, you know, I guess it's how much you spread that universal language, you know. So I took a hold of gospel music, I took a hold of country music, I took a hold of metal, I took a hold of hip-hop, and all that stuff in its purity. So our universal language is still here to this day, and those are our foundations. So me as a DJ, you know, it's not really considered a music instrument. Yeah. So it's like, oh, he's just the DJ, and these are the MCs, and these are the drummers, and this is the guitarist. But I really do find my place within a band, and I have been in a lot of band settings with my Technics 1200 that I still carry around after 20 years. So yeah, the journey's been awesome. It's been awesome.
And same for me. I actually started playing, you know, metal and blues. Love soul music, and eventually, being the tutu that I am, I played around on a few other things, and it wasn't until high school at QEC, my music teacher at the time, Greg Crayford, he said, "Oi, you, get in that band and go to the Rock Quest." I was like, oh, really? And that ended up being one of the biggest, most influential moments of my life, because I realised what I wanted to do in that moment. I fell in love with the studio and production. I figured out that, I actually enjoy writing songs, but I enjoy crafting the entire piece together even more. And so that's where my love for production came from, making beats. Back in the day, I was quite defiant as well, as you'll see in my first track.
Naughty boy.
A lot of the writing process for me started very raw. I was reacting to things. I felt very insecure at the time. I felt I needed to validate myself. Yeah. This is who I am, and you better respect me, all this stuff. And so with the music side of this is kind of a representation of that journey. The first song is called Ahead of the Pack, and I just felt like a subject I needed to touch on for some reason. Like I said, I was a little bit insecure. I felt like I needed to prove myself, and gravitating from all these wonderful, very inviting cultures to the culture of hip hop is very competitive, and so, in good spirit, competitive. And so, what I felt I needed to do at that time was, to say who I am, and this is me, where I'm from, and to say why I'm so much better than all these people. I don't know what at the time. I guess I do know, being insecure and stuff. But so just get back into it. Aroha mai for my vocals. I am a little bit under the weather. So if you see me coughing, and it's my kid's fault. So this is Ahead of the Pack. Yeah.
Staying fly and propellers on the beach. You don't hear me. Keep it fresher than a breeze in the smoking heat. I feel so far ahead of the pack. Never cared whatever move it in. It's a fact. Oh, staying fly and propellers on the beach. You don't hear me. Keep it fresher than a breeze in the smoking heat. I feel so far ahead of the pack. Never cared whatever move it in. It's a fact. Oh, probably keep it realer than half of them that claiming it. Probably do it the way they want to, but ain't doing shit. Probably speaking the truth and rotten sweet and they toothin'. Talking cheap in the booth and proof that you ain't moving quick. Probably hating cause I'm ahead and they just giving it. Special package via the H and I'm delivering. Probably resting well and relaxing in the sun. I'm cemented in the trenches like a fully loaded clip, son. Or you ain't heard of me, you must have hit it well. Or you pursuing me, yeah I could tell cause I propel to the highest points of the mountain you pretend. Moving faster and furious while the rest of them descend. So check me out, yeah I took the long route. Couple stops on the way, but ice is ready now. Cup from a claw that you can only imagine. My man, mad on the track and got the world in my hands. So staying fly and propellers on the beach. You don't hear me. Keep it fresher than a breeze in the smoking heat. I feel so far ahead of the pack. Never cared whatever move it in. It's a fact. Oh, staying fly and propellers on the beach. You don't hear me. Keep it fresher than a breeze in the smoking heat. I feel so far ahead of the pack. Never cared whatever move it in. It's a fact. Oh Lord, I can feel it in my veins. Feel like I've been equipped and I never feel the same. So far ahead of the pack because they like it. I'm the grind king on the track, they only second. Oh Lord, I can feel it in my veins. Feel like I've been equipped and I never feel the same. So far ahead of the pack because they like it. I'm the grind king on the track, they only second. You slacking, what happened? Thought you were made for this rapping. Thought you were famous, talking about money and ass you been tapping. Thought you were king of the art. Ground and praise for your part. You lack the brains and the heart. You walking dead in the dark. Bread's in my pocket, talk is cheap, so I just stick to myself. Live in the studio, it's like my grind determines my health. Self and my confidence until I get provoked into action. And action's what you do when you actually making things happen. Give me depths cause I deserve this shit. Been #1, gotten paid for international support gigs. 3 albums independent, traveled ANC. And I gave the underground everything that they wanted from me. I earned my spot, then what you own, what you got. Ice has made his bones and I know it just won't stop. So step up, get your rep up, survive in the sheet while I stay fly the propellers on the beach. Staying fly and propellers on the beach. Keep it fresher than a breeze in the smoking heat. I feel so far ahead of the pack. Never cared whatever move it in. It's a fact. Oh, staying fly and propellers on the beach. Keep it fresh air and a breeze in the stormy heat. I feel so far ahead of the pack. Never kid would I ever move it in. It's a fact. Oh.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Wow. So stoked I remembered the words. It's been a while since I performed that song, and again, as you could tell, a lot of the references to me, what I done, yes, all the stuff, I'm cool, believe me. That's kind of where my writing process started when I was young. I've been writing for the longest time, and so it's great to go from one of those tracks to a new track. Excuse me. This next track is called, it's an acronym, LIFE, Life is Forever. And so, fast forward, we had a whole lot of fun, bro, on the road.
Oh, yes.
We travelled all over these wonderful
for
places.
a few years, yeah.
First time I've been to the South Island, first time I've been to Australia, all these cool things. And the pinnacle for me as a musician was being nominated in the Waiata Māori Awards for Rap Album of the Year. I really, ever since, man, the earliest I can remember is intermediate. I don't want to say, oh yeah, I was like maybe 11 or something. And somehow I got it in my head that I always wanted to be recognised or have a music award. It kind of became not an obsession, but something of a personal goal where I felt that validated my journey. And so to be nominated, I didn't win, but for me that was it. I got it. And so from that point...
Is that sort of the music industry as we've experienced, you know, for a lot of these up-and-coming bands, and it's sort of like, I need this accolade, you know, so...
that's exactly it. I needed something.
It's pretty crazy, eh?
And so when I achieved that nomination, I kind of was like...
Now what?
What are you up to? What do I do now? And so naturally, you know, and collaborating with my bro here, who's honestly played a huge part of my musical journey, we actually started to develop inside and thought, well, yeah, music is community. Yeah. Let's go back home. And
we actually got offered a community gig, and I think we talk about naturally, you know, things, and I guess because we love music and it's our passion, so automatically, you know, these opportunities come. We got this awesome opportunity to host what was it, Father's Day, eh?
Father's Day event.
Father's Day event a few years ago. That actually changed our lives. That simple event, you know, seeing the...
Little event over there in Highbury, and...
It was crazy, eh?
And just the...
And didn't we just come back from Auckland or something, travelling? Yeah, it was a Sunday thing, and we came back, jumped on this back of this truck, you know, so we just finished playing to thousands of people.
Yeah.
We jumped on the back of this truck playing to 50, 100 people, so...
And so
but that was more inspiring than...
The fulfillment came from
crazy.
Coming home and seeing our communities just be happy to see local boys up there. And in that moment, I realized, well, this is already pointing me that way. And so, you know, not long after that, we got offered... this guy came to us with the idea to do some kind of radio show.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
What was the name of? Manawatū?
Oh, yeah,
people, something like that.
NPR or something.
Yeah.
Some guy Fraser.
You know, a lot of those things just happen organically for us.
Yeah.
And we, you know, talk about sitting down and making plans and stuff. But I think as we developed as fathers, first and foremost, and as partners, it kind of naturally just pointed us in this direction. So along with our personal journeys, obviously, that's influenced my music, our music. And so right at the start, talking about me, it's kind of funny to look back at that and now look where I am in this next song, Life is Forever. It's a story that I wrote for the kids, for youth, that I personally have experienced over and over again. This, I don't want to say maybe stereotype, or this particular vision that they have, it just restricts them so much, and they feel this pressure, and to see them go through it, it can be very emotional. And so this is a song off my next project, which is called Immortal, and even that title in itself says a lot. It's you know, a play on words. Immortal, you want to live forever, but you also, I'm mortal, to show that I'm human as well. And so this is a song of that project. It's called Life is Forever, and it just speaks to the different journeys and struggles and obstacles that kids male and female, go through and just offering a bit of aroha and a bit of support, a bit of tautoko, and finding the beauty in themselves as opposed to, external things like social media, or I look this way, or I have this amount of money. This was written with my whāngai, my adopted girl too, who couldn't make it today. Her name's Lene. Hi, babe. Love you. So they wrote the chorus with a little bit of api from me, and they, meaning the students. So cool. Hope you enjoy it. Check.
Try to find who you are.
Yeah.
Find what helps you become a man. The truth is out. Yeah, we care for you. Love doesn't describe how we care for you. Yes, we're always there when you need us to. When you need us. When you need us.
Live your life how you wanna live it every day. But live your life, my brother, don't let it waste away. Cause tomorrow ain't promised and it can be a loss. And surviving the struggles are homage to the past. I feel adrenaline jamming into the early morn. I feel electric even when the power isn't on. I feel the fire inspiring me to keep shining bright. I'm a catalyst, nuclear like the sunlight. I'm living. Are you living within it? Are you showing children how to make a conscious decision? Well, listen, if you grin and let it slide under the radar, that ignorance ain't you, but that's what they want. Turning a blind eye will get you so far, but turning up when it matters will get you further. Cause when you give a damn, or even try to, you actually are stopping the cycle, my man.
Try to find who you are.
Styles. Hey.
Find what helps you become a man. The truth is out, yeah, we care for you. Love doesn't describe how we care for you.
Yeah, my baby.
Yes, we're always there when you need us to. When you need us.
Listen up, youngins.
When you need us.
Live your life how you wanna live it every day. But live your life, young sister, don't you be led astray. I see the images and all the expectations, the insecurities of an entire generation. I see the pressure that you're feeling in the mirror. Your body doesn't look how this society considers being beautiful is. Being beautiful always starts from within. It's not the numbers on the scale or the money you spend. And sure as hell isn't likes or shares that don't determine your self-worth. That we like to pretend that that's what it is. But the truth is the shit isn't real. You can't smile and cry or understand how you feel. So here's the deal. Strive for whatever brings you joy, and hopefully you see that being happy is a choice. And it's just a matter of doing, cause when you follow through, you're an example of young and stopping the cycle straight
Try
up.
to find who you are.
Who you are,
Find what helps you become a man.
helps you become a man.
The truth is out, yeah, we care for you. Love doesn't describe how we care for you.
Sing it, hey.
Try to find who you are. Find what helps you become a man.
Helps you become a man.
The truth is out, yeah, we care for you. Love doesn't describe how we care for you. Yes, we're always there when you need us to. When you need us. When you need us.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so a little bit of self-reflected there, bit of personal development. Really proud of that track. Can't wait to shoot that music video with the students of Taiwananga Tutoa and my bro Ian Tidy over there. Cheer.
This is a cool little opportunity being here for us, because I guess as a musician you have this timeline, for us, and this is a little bit of an insight on who we are, I guess externally, but always internally. Now it starts at home for us. So who you see now is actually who we are at home. So like Ty said, we're actually, for us, we're fathers first and foremost, and with our partners. So that's really true to who we are, I guess, as musicians, and that comes through with the passion for our music, and which evidently is just sort of filtered back this way to our family, to our back doorstep. So hence why, the community work that we do around Manawatū. And I have to honestly give a big shout out to a couple of people here, actually NPR, for being a part of that journey. And they have been a big part prior to us even moving into it.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving into that sort of area. Also with our man James Lissette, being a big part of our journey forward, I guess. Big mihi.
So, that's us. So, with that in mind, so our final track is a cover song. This song is called Angel Eyes, and it's by an artist called Razor Biza, who's quite high in the industry now. It's also featuring one of my best friends, Businessman, and also a bro Ebok, and it features Crime Heat on the beat. The reason I chose this song is because of the time that it represented for me as a young fella. So I'm pretty old now, devoted to the power of pi. I've aged, obviously, over my time in music. Started so young, getting to this point, I've really still continuing that journey. So to look back at this song, for me, it represents, the often, chaotic young period of my life, because I knew these guys and I was around when the song was created, just in the group. And there was a lot of chaos going on, but there was also a lot of innocent stuff. We were really just falling through life at the time, and no responsibilities, and who cares about this bill, and there's rent, I'll just spend that over here on a box, and all that kind of stuff. And so for me, it just represents, the good times of my youth, when I was like, having a partying and meeting all these new people, and really just having no care in the world and getting lost in that music for me. And so shout out to the original artists who may or may not be tuned into this recording. Businessman, Razor, Ebok, Crime Heat, salute to the H. Let's get it. And turn them up. Yeah.
This year's for the shy little shorty, blue eyes, skin tone just right with the dynamite style. You see, I'm trying to pull out lines to make you smile. You ain't gotta holler back right now, just wait a while, cause you will see soon that me and my crew and you and your crew can make it do what it do. You see, we live life like we got nothing to lose. We ain't trying to sell out no change or win abuse. So see us in the club, you can show a bit of love, shake it up, blaze a bud, pour a cup, get it crunk. I'm the man of the hour with plans to devour and flood this game like a shower. But when I seen you, your style had a power that made a young man hesitate for an hour. Baby girl, I ain't gon' lie. From now, I'ma call you Angel Eyes.
Said I ain't gon' lie, you got the body of a goddess, Angel's eyes. Baby, I'm blinded by, cause you're my divine, straight up. Darling, for just a bit of your time, I can prove to you that I'll be worth it. Yeah.
It's so crazy, I've been thinking about you a lot lately. How could it be? I was blind, but now I can see. All I really need, girl, is you loving me, cause you motivate me to be the best I could be. You say that you see something special in me, I get lost in your eyes like a sailor at sea. When we up in the club, girl, you're all that I see. Flow with me, baby, back to the crib, nobody there, chronic in the air. I love your smile and the way that you wear, from your shoes to the clothes that you wear. You're so beautiful, the way you walk and you talk, and I love the way you keep it cool when you're song, and I like the way you make your whole body pop. Girl, I want you as my wife, don't stop.
Said I ain't gon' lie, you got the body of a goddess, Angel's eyes. Baby, I'm blinded by, cause you're my divine, straight up. Darling, for just a bit of your time, I can prove to you that I'll be worth it. Hey, yeah.
DJ Styles, hey.
As we go a little something like this, like this, like this.
DJ Styles and what you do. Shout out to VR. Julie May. James at the Rock Shop, Lockdown 06 we here. Palmerston North City Library. Yeah. Check. Thank you.
The final act for tonight. Anyone get any questions? Final couple of questions for them before we wrap up. And before you collect your prize packs, your New Zealand Music Month prize packs. Any questions?
Make it a hard one.
Where do you start with your? But for me, it's a, it might be, it's often a riff and that might be a lyrical riff. But where do you start with that whole, because it's big production stuff that you're doing. Where does it start?
Honestly, I used to be a person where I needed procedures and structures. I used to be that because that's what I relied on. I'm a routine person, kind of step one, step two, step three. Now I find that my process is to not have one. I find that instead of forcing things, because a lot of times when I used to write, I would say, I need to write a song about bananas. Okay, what can I say about bananas? And I just mill over it and it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And so I found that one day I'd just be walking down the street and go, yeah, banana. Oh, well, there's a song about banana. And I'd just stumble across it. And so I've put projects together where I've really thought long and hard about these concepts. And I'm happy with those projects. But for example, my latest project, I really just let everything come to me. It could be, talking to my kids, and I'll just say one little thing like it's supposed to be. And I'll make a whole song out of that one little saying. In 10 minutes, the same thing. And then there's other times where deeper kaupapa and subjects come to me, and I like to take my time and let it roll out gradually.
So is it, and I'm not speaking for Tai, I guess, because we've sort of been around for years, we sort of understanding a process that we go through, and I think it's about our lifetime line, so and it's about our focus. Our focus is changing, and I know with Tai and myself coming out from the New Zealand music scene and travelling around, our focus is our whānau now. So like Tai said, it could be something that his girl has said or something. That's, oh my gosh, inspiration, So it's just those little, I guess it's we're starting back in our house, and we're starting back with the minute details, and I guess that process makes it easier, does it?
Way easier.
Way easier than, oh my gosh, like you said, I've got to write a song about bananas. Oh, actually, my girl is acting like a banana. I'm actually going to write a bit about
she
that.
She looks like one. Oh my gosh.
My girl looks like a banana. Oh, I'm going to tell her.
Yeah, so be like water, I guess, just adapt to it. Pull, the inspiration comes by itself. It just happens that way. I'm inspired right now, and I would probably go home to the studio and put something down, and that's just how my mind works all the time. I just have to be able to capture it, because a lot of times I would just kind of disregard that thought or that tune, melody or that lyric, and then I'd lose it and I'd be gutted. So now it's just a matter of having a studio at home and waking up at 3 going, bing, bananas, and just going straight into it. So, yeah.
One more? No?
Ding, ding, ding,
Where
ding.
can we hear you guys next?
At the moment, as far as gigs, I think there'll be a community gig. I believe it will be maybe with James at some point. Honestly, our focus has kind of gone away
From the public,
gigs.
so you're talking about we're hearing what bar can we see you at, or what gig are we going to? For us, it's been our workshops, working at QEC, Manawatū Tangata and the Bro Up at Tūtoa, myself with some other community stuff. So, so we sort of have to, back in the day when you used to ask us, we're playing over at this place. It's a little bit different. Huh?
Yeah, but we stay open to these opportunities, like John was saying earlier, because giving back to your community is so much more fulfilling for us now. And to see the fruits of that labour to come through the youth and growing the networks and getting to know everyone is just, full the hearts more. So where can you see us? Wherever you need us in the community, really.
Gee, John's doing a gig, might have to go by him, eh?
Otherwise, we also do workshops, like the bro said, at Queen Elizabeth College, which is the school where I learned all this stuff. Shout out to QEC.
You may find us at Manawatū Tangata, dealing with our whānau over there.
Yep.
And also you'll probably find me at Taiwananga Tutor, sharing all these things with the kids over there. And check us out on Facebook, Lockdown 06, YouTube, all of that cool stuff. So, yeah.
Lovely.
Cool. How much back for Lockdown 06?